I think this is true not just for our brand, but I think so many of brands, right? It's content, it's commerce, it's experience, and it's all increasingly becoming a mashup and in the space. And it's interesting, you see product companies that are getting into the content space. You see, sports stars getting into the fashion space. I think there's just a lot of different collaborations and mashups happening, which, by the way, is really fun and keeps it really interesting.
Yeah.
We're in an interesting situation at Disney because we're a legacy brand. We are a brand that people sort of pass on a love of Disney to their kids, and so you have to honor that. Well, at the same time, you have to bring new consumers into your brand, and you have to make sure that those characters and those stories stay very fresh and relevant, while staying true to, as I was saying, the true storytelling that you represent. So some examples of how we've tried to do that. One is we've tried to do some unexpected collaborations, and we've tried to do some collaborations that take the brand to where our consumer is. So one example would be we closed out Paris Fashion Week in the fall. We partnered with French brand Coperni, and it was a Disney Coperni collaboration. They do target that younger sort of Gen Z, very kind of trend-driven consumer, and we shut down Disneyland Paris and did a fashion show to sort of close out the week, which created some really impactful viral moments that really cut through. We do about, the entire portfolio is about $62 billion at retail. But we wanted to make sure that we were doing things that felt really unexpected, partnering, again, with the highest levels of fashion, and then really driving a lot of it, again, going back to where is the consumer. We know that younger consumer is on those social channels, and so we wanted to do something that lent itself for creating content and storytelling that took us to where they were. So, again, trying to really look for how do we take the Disney storytelling to where that consumer is through the channels that they're on, and making sure that we're creating brand moments featuring our products that really fit. They're custom built for those types of platforms. I think this point, though, particularly when it comes to Gen Alpha and Gen Z, which we're all probably thinking about, right, through the lens of our businesses. One thing that we're also really focused on, though, is making sure that I spoke about being on the platforms they're on, of course, the social channels, but gaming is another big one. And if you look at where Gen Z and Gen Alpha are spending most of their time from an entertainment perspective, back to your question, Steph, they're on the gaming platforms. And so we absolutely know that we need to be there, both with kind of physical and digital experiences that really complement each other.